Please.
In continuation of agitation for their rights and actualization of development across the board in the South-South geopolitical zone of Nigeria, foremost Niger Delta leaders have over time reminded the country's federal government of the need to focus on rehabilitation and construction of road network in the region. One of such leaders in the nation's former Federal Minister of Information and elder statesman, Edwin Clark, who through his spokesperson Julius Cancel decried the poor state of the Warri-Benin highway, where at least 20 people lost their lives in a car crash on 1st October. The Nigerian, while referencing the motion moved by a legislation from the Axis, Honorable Thomas Eretomi, alongside his colleagues, stressed that a sub-region which produces the country's economic mainstay, crude oil, deserves a more efficient road network.
As raised on the floor of the House of Representatives on the 5th of October 2023 by the member representing Warri Federal Constituency, Honorable Thomas Eretomi, and other members of the House from the South-South on Sunday, 1st October 2023. At least 20 lives of our fellow citizens were lost and vehicles and other properties were burned down at Koko Junction on the Warri-Benin highway. This was due to the dilapidated state of the road, and this speaks volumes of the calamity which the people of the South-South region continue to face daily due to the most inhuman situation of the federal roads in the region. 2. Although this region single-handedly produces the bulk of the wealth of this country, and we see the impact of the natural resources that is daily taken out of the soil in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and almost every other part of the country, we are left to wallow in this total neglect, marginalization, and deprivation. This recent accident at the Koko Junction could have been averted if, particularly in the past 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari government, efforts have been made to look into the state of our roads.
Addressing journalists at his residence in Abuja, Clark, a Second Republic senator, lamented the deplorable state of all the roads in the region even after they received attention from the government. He, however, expressed gratitude to the present administration for attempting to rehabilitate portions of those roads.
As you would expect, that road is now, especially at the time of this 2023 rainy season, in total disrepair and a death trap where there is daily carnage. The connection between Calabar and Itu, i.e., in the section between Cross River and Akwa Ibom, remains one of the most dangerous routes in the world, even though the NNPC Limited is supposed to have taken it over. Coming further down, under your government, you have gratefully awarded the section around the refinery by Eleme Junction. For this, we are grateful. However, the connection between Rivers State and Bayelsa State has 4 major sections, which collapsed due to the 2022 floods, and has remained unrepaired, such that a normal journey that would have taken 1.5 hours between the two states now take 3 hours and more. If you continue to the axis between Patani and Warri, there are at least 4 major spots again where the road has totally collapsed and can no longer be passed, with commuters having to go through bush paths in order to continue their journey.
The elder statesman also delved into issues bordering on previous agitations in the region and how such culminated in the presidential amnesty program, which according to him was key in revamping socio-economical activities in the Axis while restoring normalcy to areas previously bedeviled by militancy.
I recall that in the early 2000s, many of us leaders had cautioned the government of Obasanjo as well as that of Yar'Adua and Goodluck Jonathan administration on the need to take certain corrective actions to assuage the suffering of the people. This was not heeded until we had a near breakdown of law and order. This was what led to the upsurge in violence, economic sabotage, and instability in the region. This was what led to the presidential amnesty program, which itself has a major component of social and infrastructural development. Today, nobody is saying anything about that major component of the amnesty program. Rather, we hear envious and mischievous statements by some misguided and tribal sentiments.
Meanwhile, Clark advised Nigerians to desist from spreading fake news, as was the case when Nigeria's former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon's demise was wrongly announced. He stressed that he barely emerged from the incident unaffected as he advocated for an egalitarian society.
The same media, the social media, Yesterday almost caused a heart attack in me when they announced that General Yakubu Gowon was gone. I nearly break down, only to discover that it was not true. When General Gowon phoned to say that I'm still alive, I'm still enjoying this country and the position I am. So what am I saying? Let us build up a country where people are not some aspects of the country are not subjugated to the position of second-class citizens.
Nigeria's oil-rich South-South region is considered one of the most undeveloped of the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria, with the area incessantly grappling with issues ranging from pollution, oil bunkering, militancy, to poor road network. In Abuja, Nigeria's capital, Soibifa Jakarich, Top Accolade News.